More than a century after colonial railway gave birth to modern Kenya, the country is betting on a new Chinese-built route, standard gauge railway, to cement its position as the gateway to East Africa. A first of its kind, SGR was inaugurated on May 2017 by President Uhuru Kenyatta when the boxy red and white diesel train made its maiden journey from Mombasa terminal to Nairobi. The 472-kilometer railway line between Mombasa and Nairobi cost Kenya a whopping 327 billion Kenyan shillings, making it the country's biggest infrastructure project since independence, according to the Ministry of Transport and Infrastructure. The World Bank and other financial institutions had warned that building a new railway instead of refurbishing the old one was by far the most expensive option. Transport and Infrastructure Cabinet Secretary James Macharia, however, dismissed the argument, saying the railway would boost the country's GDP by 1% and therefore allow the government to pay back the loan in a few years.
We anticipate and we have estimated a GDP will grow by at least an additional 1.5%. Like I said, people talk about the cost, but if you look at GDP growing by additional 1.5%, it will mean about $1.4 billion additional to our revenues as a country. That way we can pay back this cost of the railway within about 4 years.
Economists have, however, continued to criticize the project as a white elephant and economically unviable.
We are talking of, a sunk cost here. Government has really spent money here, but on the other side, there's no revenue to, support its existence and even to repay whatever financing that has been used to put it up. And this might end up being a white elephant, as I had mentioned earlier.
Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
The new railway has proven a mirror for modern Kenya. Economists, however, are of the opinion that their project was too expensive, battled by corruption accusations pointing to similar Chinese-built railways in Ethiopia, which cost much less at 400 million per kilometer compared to Kenya's 560 million per kilometer. The extension to Naivasha cost an addition of 150 billion Kenyan shillings, raising the total cost to about 577 billion shillings. Economists have argued that in order to start making tangible gains, Kenya must link the SGR through financial partnerships to Uganda, Rwanda, South Sudan, Burundi, and even Ethiopia to create sensible business of transiting cargo and passengers, arguing that Kenya, whose debt has continued to skyrocket, would be forced to raise taxes to cover the railway bill that would be managed by Chinese contractor until 2022, with 610 Chinese workers currently in charge, while Kenyans are being trained to take over.
At the end of the day, the success of this project lies in how Kenya will market this entire facility to all these other member states, and immediately it is embraced, you will see all these other industries or other sources of employment in Kenya, growing and being boosted. And at the end of the day, that is what the government really needs to focus on.
It is also emerging that Kenya earned nearly 10.33 billion shillings from the SGR in the first full year of operations, signaling that the mega project would take longer to break even. The revenues were also not enough to meet the operation costs, which were earlier estimated at 1 billion a month or 12 billion a year. Even so, thousands of jobs in freight companies have been lost as the government ordered that cargo be transited via SGR from Mombasa to Nairobi, though the government reportedly overturned the order. Whether the taxpayers get value for money from the new multi-billion railway project, economic experts say it remains a gamble. Giverson Mana, Switch TV.